Welcome to Michael J. Bragman Stadium for the first round of Section 3 playoffs for the Lady North Stars lacrosse team. So a huge matchup tonight, the first round, as I mentioned, the 6-10 Liverpool Warriors facing off. They're visiting Michael J. Bragman Stadium tonight, and they finished 4th in the SCAC Metro, the 10-5, and much more dominant third-place SCAC Metro team, the CNS North Stars, here to defend that spot and move on to the second round. A huge matchup tonight, and a lot of D1 commits both ways. I'm Kyle Marshak. To my right side is Robert Bateman on the call for this matchup tonight. Rob, as I mentioned, a lot of talent packed onto this field. What do the Warriors have to do in order to, succeed in this matchup, and the same thing for the North Stars?
Well, Kyle, my biggest thing for Liverpool is just keep their momentum going. In their last matchup against CNS, they actually won 19-13, and they really showed their true selves that game. They dominated all over the field, and CNS just didn't have any answers. And likewise for CNS, I feel like they just need to stay calm, and they need to find a way to limit the fouls. That's a big thing that put them behind in that matchup over at Liverpool, and they did take the first two games. So it's 2-1 in the series in CNS's favor. So I'm really curious to see how both teams come out at this game and attack both of the different lineups and skills both teams have thrown at each other all year.
There's going to be great physicality on display for this matchup tonight. You and I spoke with the coach before the game for the Liverpool Warriors, Erin Anderson. She said, preventing the card trouble, as you alluded to, will be big. And, of course, winning draws will be massive as well. And you need all the physicality you can get in the midfield in order for that to happen. So, for this matchup tonight, we'll be just back for our starting lineups and national anthem. Don't leave just yet. Welcome back to the North Star Network. Masks off here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. The teams light up and ready to go for our quarterfinal matchup between the Liverpool Warriors and the CNS North Stars. It'll be Fran Tortora and Gianna Carbone here for face-off. And draws will be massive tonight, Rob. You and I spoke to some of the players for both teams before the game. They said they have really aggressive ground ball winners on the draw circle. How much do you think the physicality on the draw circle will play into this matchup tonight?
Well, Kyle, it's massive because the draws are how you mainly get your possession. And you know, we say Jenna and Fran are starting it off, but we've seen many girls take face-offs or draws, for both of these teams. And if Fran or Jenna's not doing well, they can just swap girls in and out, and that's what's really great about both of these teams. They have multiple people who can win draws and get possession to start things off.
Absolutely. I mean, for the North Star side, obviously Fran Tortora, with her height and her size, very good at draws. And, opposite, we have a great draw winner for Gianna Carbone. She also has a little bit of size to her, 41 goals, 15 assists on the season as well. So she's not afraid to get upfield as a midi. And then for those ground ball winners, those girls on the draw circle that get those wins for them. Obviously for Liverpool, we have Maggie Tift. She's headed Canisius for some D1 lacrosse, a huge ground ball winner on the draw circle for the Warriors. And, of course, for the North Stars, you can't forget Brooke and Molly Molchinoff, both winners of ground balls as well. So it'll be awesome to see a lot of D1 talent packed into the midfield tonight to win those possessions for both the Warriors and the North Stars. Now we're ready for face-off here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium, a huge matchup. Both teams ready to get into that second round versus West Jenny to break into the finals, but for now, a huge game. So Gianna Carbone ready to go. Fran Tortora taking her time, going out to the midfield. The refs itching to get things going. They've been stretching before the game. They're certainly excited for this matchup and very adamant on how proper this matchup has to be. We saw them checking sticks before the game, which you don't see throughout the regular season, but now that it's playoff time, everything counts.
And Kyle, like I mentioned, girls swap in and out for these draws, and we actually see Victoria Ionati, who we did not expect to see take the opening draw.
Absolutely.
She's here with it.
You have to imagine maybe Fran Tortora on the draw circle, Molly, Brooke as well. It appears to be Molly and Brooke, so Fran Tortora is just going to be right up at the top of the field, ready to go. And here is the opening draw.
Ionati and Carbone. Let's see what happens. Massive draw right here, Kyle.
Yeah.
Winner of the first draw always has a big advantage.
And a
CNS
big
comes away
pickup.
with it.
Brooke Molchinoff with the win, or Molly, excuse me. And now a loose ball in the midfield. Call on the play. CNS will maintain possession. Huge win to start it off for the North Stars. Now Molly rolling upfield, straight towards the goal and with some speed too. Out to the left side, back out to the top of the 12. There's Tori Ionati winning that initial draw for the North Stars. Out to the backfield. Now around X. The North Stars, a team that in their initial possession, not afraid to just go straight at the goal. There's Tortora. To the inside. Shot. Ooh, saved by Abby Cole. Back in, and they put it away. The North Stars starting emphatically. It's a 1-0 ball game. Not even a minute left.
And Mackenzie Prentice with a beautiful catch inside just to shoot low and find the back of the net there. And CNS coming in hot, which is exactly what they need to do. Coach Prentice told us before the game they need to play our game, and that's exactly what they did there, Kyle.
Absolutely. You have to maintain the pace of this game, and the North Stars, with pace, rolled right upfield and put the ball into the back of the net. So what a start for the North Stars, a face-off win and a goal as a result. And now Ionati, you betcha, going back into the midfield for another draw. Carbone Ionati, second chance for Gianna Carbone to try and get a face-off win, a draw win, excuse me. Molly Molchinoff getting that initial ground ball win. Brooke will certainly get her hands on the ball tonight as well.
Kyle, really expect to see a big game tonight out of Fran Tortora and Kendra Hall, the two captains of these teams, and both of them really leading in the scoring numbers as Fran Tortora has 41 goals and 37 assists on the season. And then Kendra, not even far behind at all, with 45 goals and 27 assists.
And speaking of Kendra Hall and company, the Warriors roll right upfield and get that first penalty of the matchup. Now a huge chance for the Warriors to immediately respond. Whistle blows, straight at the goal, shot, bounces wide. A fight for possession in the backfield. It appears the North Stars will not have it. The Warriors out of the backfield now rolling around the right side of X. Nicole O'Neill in the cage tonight for the Warriors. It's been between her and Nicole Mira, splitting some minutes, but Mira out on concussion protocol. Nicole O'Neill will be certainly getting the rest of the cage time. Rolling out to the right side. And look at that close defense. Whistle on the play, and it appears it's another penalty opportunity for the Warriors.
Kyle, CNS really needs to limit these fouls here early on. You don't want to give up open shots, and luckily this is on more of the side of the 12, so they can't get that open shot to start, but you really don't want to give up fouls inside.
One thing I noticed right off the bat, I mean, the Warriors, their second half of the regular season just improved the team's quality so much. And I spoke with Maya Mills, a teammate of mine at Team Andrell Kickboxing before the game, and she mentioned, just how the chemistry has developed throughout the season. An ice-cold start to the season, and in that second half, they picked things up. And it's evident here, just starting off with a lot of ball movement, much more than the North Stars, that's for sure. Rolling around the right side, Ionati defending closely. Back to the inside, shot, deflected away. Nicole O'Neill with the save right there. Now rolling back upfield, the Warriors riding. The ball pops out at midfield, and they'll get a call. So the North Stars with a chance to reset in the midfield. A good clear there as it deflects off the stick of Nicole O'Neill. As Sam Klein picked that ball up and rolled back upfield, but now a mistake in the midfield, and the North Stars give up a possession. A huge turnover, and the Warriors trying to respond. There's number 7 for the Warriors, Kendra Hall. Passing to the inside. Close defense from Sam Klein right there, but a whistle on the play. So another huge penalty opportunity for the Warriors. 3 already in this matchup now, but can they convert on their third? 3 times a charm, right, Rob?
Yes, sir. And Liverpool really looking to slow things down with their offense. And Kendra Hall at the side of the 8, this is a very dangerous possession right here.
Hall ripping wide. North Stars fighting for possession, and it appears they won it. A heads-up play. Now Nicole O'Neill for the clear. The North Stars with a huge defensive stance right there, and the first opportunity for the Warriors to put a goal away. North Stars riding up the right side. It's number 21, Fran Tortora. Defended closely. She has some speed with her size as she breaks away now into the attacking third. Another whistle on the play. Whistles aplenty here early on.
Both teams really trying to play aggressive here and cause mistakes. So I feel like we're going to see a lot more fouls here tonight, Kyle, but both sides do need to try and limit them so they don't give up easy possessions.
Absolutely. Tortora mishandling the ball. That's Addison Graham defending closely for the Warriors. Right around the 8. Tortora not afraid to shoot from distance, so you definitely have to press her upfield. Now it's number 22, Brooke Molchanoff, with some space, right side. Pushed back out, turning around left side, passing to the inside with the assist. The North Stars with their second goal early on.
And a beautiful finish from Tori Ionati right there. She just shoots low, able to get CNS up 2-0 coming in early on in this game. CNS just needs to keep going with this momentum and put this game away early, Kyle. 20
minutes here in the first half, and a fantastic start for the North Stars as we hear Owen O'Keefe over the PA, a buddy of ours up here in the booth on PA for the matchup tonight. So all of us getting our reps in here, Rob.
And you'll actually see him on the sideline for the game right after this. So if you are fans at home and you just love lacrosse, after this girls game, we will be coming right back at you with the boys lacrosse game as Riley Kennedy will be joining me and Kyle in the booth, and Owen will be making his way down to the sideline.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm just ecstatic for both matchups tonight. The North Stars, the Lady North Stars, with a much better record in their regular season at 10-5, expected to win this matchup, but not if the Warriors don't have anything to say about it. Third face-off. Ionati and Jenna Irwin. Now the ball pops up in the air over the head of Molly Molchanoff. She lacks that height to win those balls in the air sometimes, so the Warriors will pick it up at midfield. Rolling upfield now, pass to the inside. A shot over the crossbar. The North Stars will win possession. A bunch of heads-up plays on the get-backs for possession. The North Stars looking a little bit sharper as a knife right now. And now Nicole O'Neill to clear the ball for the North Stars. So back and forth early on. Tortora a little quiet early on. We're excited to see how much numbers she'll put up as Nicole O'Neill's her time to get the ball upfield. No, I don't think she'll mind at all. So we finally get the clear, and there is Tori Ionati rolling up the left side, again guarded closely by Addison Graham. Back out, and there is Fran Tortora, speak of the devil. She can definitely take it to the rack herself as she tries to. Top of the crease, and puts it away.
Makes you eat your words, Kyle. She just jumps over the top of Abby Cole and just fires that one down into the bottom of the net.
Yeah, eat my words to say the least. I just said it. She was a little quiet early on. She must have heard me from up here in the booth as she just takes it herself. And it's a 3-0 start here with 19 minutes to go here in the first half.
The broadcaster's curse is real, and it strikes again, but in favor for the North Stars.
Oh, it's absolutely legitimate. I mean, Rob, you and I have had plenty of basketball broadcasts as well, and every time we talk about those free throws, they just seem to bounce in and out. No home court bounce on those rims in the CNS high school gym.
And, Kyle, if you're Liverpool right now, they really just need something to get going. They need to maybe stay calm, I'd say, and just play their game. You know, bring what they did when CNS visited their place, and they absolutely dominated that game, and they just need to go back to their actual habits and, you know, rest up, because players can get really overwhelmed with these sectional games because it is just one and done. You're trying to win all the way through, and these players just need to take a step back, play their game, and see what happens.
Absolutely, as the ball pops up for the fourth draw of the game, and the Warriors again pulling away with it. And, Rob, that poses the question, you know, how big is home field advantage in Section 3? As the Warriors right on top of the crease nearly put another goal away.
Well, Kyle, it's massive, you know, especially with these stadium regulations just dropping. There's able for 500 fans to be in the stadium. It creates almost a student section, and it's massive. You know, you get some fans, you get some noise going your way, and you're also practicing on this field. You're playing on this field. This is your home field. So coming over, even if it is just 15 minutes like it is for Liverpool, it's still a whole new stadium that you're not usually playing at.
It appears to be a call off the ball here now, and the Warriors around the right side of the 12 with a chance to try and get a reset on offense. Guarded closely. Pass to X. The Warriors speeding up their ball movement now. Back out to X. Had space, turning around, firing, and deflected off the post. Man, that ball is moving quickly. I nearly lost sight of it. The Warriors will pick it back up near the sideline with another ground ball win. Ooh, and a little bit of a check there at the top of the 12 and a chance to reset. That was Troy Ionati getting a little too aggressive there. That was Kendra Hall at the top of the 12. Rolling to the right side. Hall. Faking the left. Excuse me, that's not Kendra Hall. That's number 9 for the Warriors, Caroline Stevens. Back out to number 4, Jenna Irwin, who will pass out to the right side. The Warriors taking a lot more time trying to find that right shot.
You know, Kyle, I like this, though. I like that they're not rushing their possession. They're really looking for that open look to maybe get a shot on goal that can find the back of the net.
Absolutely. You have to imagine the more time they take to put a goal away, the better. Pass, flick around. Wow, what a shot.
Beautiful finish by Jenna Irwin, receiving inside from Kendra Hall and just shoveling that one into the back of the net. That was a beautiful goal.
I don't even know what to label that shot, but certainly a trick shot of sorts. And the Warriors with a fantastic first goal. And what a statement to make early on to show that they're still in this ball game, Rob.
Yeah, Kyle, it's massive. 3-1 now, Liverpool with some momentum going their way. And, you know, I mentioned how I liked that they were slowing down their offense, and maybe that's what they need to do. Just slow things down and look for your open opportunities.
Rob, you and I have seen a couple BTBs, maybe even shots, you know, from around the world, but I haven't seen one like that where she flicks it low, backhand. So that was certainly impressive, and what a way to start it for Kendra Hall.
Yeah, definitely. For us guys who are new to lacrosse this season, it's definitely a new experience that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, I mean, initially, obviously, you and I, as we mentioned, new to the sport, you know, how creative could they get? Man, do they get creative on this field. Now, Tori Ionati and Jenna Irwin for the 5th face-off of the matchup. The refs ultra-specific tonight, taking their time setting up every draw and checking the sticks. Ball pops up. Molly Molchanoff with her second win on that ground ball. Rolling upfield with speed. You got to watch out with how quick she can get to the rack. Ball pops out. Warriors fighting for it. The North Stars will pick it back up as Fran Tortora will pick it up. The whistle blown. And a chance to reset for the North Stars. Molly Molchanoff with possession. Pass out to the left side. Fran Tortora took it to the rack just from this spot last time. You got to be careful guarding her. At X, rolling around, right side, top of the crease, fires and puts it away. A 4-1 start for the North Stars. Fran Tortora putting it on her back.
Kyle, ever since you said she was a little quiet tonight, she has completely proven you wrong.
She had to hear me.
2 goals since then. It's amazing.
Unbelievable. I mean, these North Stars, they must be hearing everything because she heard that, and then boom, 2 instant goals, and both times to the right of Abby Cole's crease, just putting it in. Unbelievable start for Fran Tortora and company. If you're just tuning in, a 4-1 start for the North Stars. 16 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the first half, and the Warriors are going to have to craft quite the response for this.
And Kyle, a rare sight here. We see Liverpool actually winning the majority of the draws. They have 3 out of the 5 here tonight, but they're losing on the score sheet. That's not something you see often in lacrosse.
It appears to just be a lack of execution on the offensive side for the Warriors. Only a couple turnovers thus far, but nonetheless, the Warriors just not seeming to get their shots. The defense of the North Stars much more emphatic early on. Molly Molchanoff winning that previous face-off as Tortora pops it up in the air for her. Let's see if we can repeat history. As it appears she does. No. The Warriors will pop it back out. And now they're rolling upfield with pace. Defended closely, that's Sam Klein. To the inside, shot, and Nicole O'Neill getting her cage on it. Nicole O'Neill has been fantastic in goal early on. Only 1 shot near her crease sailing through. 16 minutes to go here in the first half. A 4-1 lead for the North Stars, and second time now that the Warriors are pressing high upfield in order for the North Stars to really take their time.
Definitely a very high ride here from Liverpool, and I'm curious to see how it works out. Maybe we see someone check deep in a long pass from Nicole O'Neill.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that, especially with some of the speed we have in this team. I mean, you have to imagine girls like Molly Molchanoff or even her sister Brooke would be great on a long ride. We see number 16, Allie Cole, calling for it from deep. They won't give it to her. Nicole O'Neill really taking her time. This is almost comical with this high press the Warriors are given. There we see a chance from deep, but still no opportunity. These girls are just running themselves out. What a fantastic high press from the Warriors, and they get a boot upfield. The ball will pop out, and that's Molchanoff picking it up now, rolling upfield.
Molly McGrath to correct you, Kyle.
Excuse
what an
me.
amazing defensive play. She's going to you, Albany, and
Ooh,
she
and a
gets
hard check
check
in the midfield.
there.
Hard check in the midfield. She's getting carded, and she'll be off. And now the crowd jubilates in agreement.
And Kyle, we've seen multiple CNS students walk by now, and we're starting to get some more noise from the fans, so that student section can really come into play here.
15 minutes to go here in the first half. The North Stars on a bad clear right there, ready to roll upfield. Refs waiting to resume play now. Again, Owen O'Keefe over the PA. I love to hear his voice PAing tonight. That might be a new thing for him. Meanwhile, the North Stars will roll upfield. That's Molchanoff. And I'm sure of it this time, Rob. North Stars taking their time again. That's Tortora rolling around left side. Back to the top of the crease. Fires off the crossbar. A bad deflection, just not in her favor. Molchanoff with the pickup at the top of the 12, looking for some space. She'll pass to the left side. There's Peyton Baker, I believe. And now back out to X. It's Fran Tortora. Tortora just not afraid to just run around the crease and put the shots away. Oh, just missing the opportunity with a cutting man on the inside and a turnover for the North Stars.
Angela Beardsley's going to be upset about that one. She had so much time and space. All she had to do was catch that one and put it away.
But now the Warriors trying to clear the ball. The North Stars riding, and a successful one at that as they pick up the ball in the midfield on a bad Gilman pass upfield.
And Molly McGrath has just been absolutely sensational on defense tonight, really hunkering down and winning these loose balls for CNS.
Oh, she's been locked down for sure. Definitely one of those #1 defenders for the North Stars all season long. Out to Ionati, we saw another cutting woman on the inside with some space. I believe that was Prentice. Still calling for it. Out to the top and just missing another assist attempt to the left side of the crease. A call on the play. It appears to be a penalty in the favor of the North Stars.
And Liverpool really finding themselves in some foul trouble right here, Kyle, as we see Lena Larka, get that early yellow card. And another foul here. It's really hurting Liverpool early on.
Now in the backfield, the North Stars with a chance to reset. At the penalty at the top of the 8. Pass across. Tortora inside. Ooh, with some contact. They'll definitely get another penalty attempt on this one. She's slow to get up, but glad to see her get up nonetheless. And it appears to be another card for the Warriors.
That's going to be number 22, Morgan Kenna, with the card there.
I mean, you and I spoke with Coach Anderson for the Warriors before this, and again, to reiterate, she was very adamant about that card trouble her team gets in, and it's clearly a problem early on for the Warriors.
And Fran, after this hard foul, I'd expect a shot here, and if she buries it, it'll definitely be a statement of how great of a player she really is.
Oh, I mean, if I were her, I know I wouldn't be afraid to put that shot away. She's done it so many times. Who could forget that overtime goal? You and I were on the call against the Baldwinsville Bees. She was certainly punctual in that moment. Top of the crease, ripping and puts it away.
And
talk about punctuality.
Hat trick.
She completes it already. Only a few minutes into this ball game, and a hat trick for Fran Tortora and company. A 5-1 ball game. The North Stars continuing to separate early on.
Kyle, I do have to mention again, ever since you said she was quiet, she scored the last 3 goals in the game.
You know what? You and I are going to have to keep saying it because I have a feeling she's going to score and score and score tonight. An early start for the North Stars, separating 5-1. And, Rob, just to note, in their last matchup, a 19-13 win at home for the Warriors. So what a punctual statement for the North Stars to separate early on.
Yeah, Kyle, these teams have met 3 times this season, and CNS has come away with 2 of them, and Liverpool came away with the last one, but Liverpool really made a statement, and it's just not showing here tonight. They've been slow, and they almost seem like they have their heads down, Kyle.
And you have to wonder what that really is for the Warriors. I mean, is it that home field advantage? Is it just mentality? You have to question it, as I believe that is Fran Tortora stepping in at draw for the North Stars now. Ball pops up with distance. Teams fighting for it at the 30. Who will win it? The Warriors will pick it up. Now rolling upfield. They seem to just roll with, full heads of steam, but just slow down once they finally get pressed. That's not, as that was number 17 for the Warriors, Macy Moore.
And, Kyle, we do have to give credit to Liverpool as they have been dominating on the draws tonight, winning 5 out of 7, but they just need to make something come from it on the offensive end.
Absolutely. The Warriors, just a lack of execution with this hard-pressed defense from the North Stars. 12 minutes to go here in the first half. A 5-1 ball game in favor of your hometown North Stars. Kendra Hall trying to make things happen, or Jenna Irwin, for the Warriors. Just guarded so closely. Turning around, still no space, and finding no cutting women on the inside.
Gia DeToma really doing a great job here to stay with Jenna Irwin.
Gia DeToma headed to SUNY Maritime for some lacrosse. Irwin still finding no space. They'll get the switch. See if that'll help in the favor of the Warriors. So we get a call on the play. Too much contact from the North Stars. Now the Warriors with some space and a chance to reset. And still, even on this opportunity, the Warriors just don't seem to attack the rack. As we get a bad pass at the top of the 30. And now the Warriors will pick it back up, getting a switch at midfield. Still no space. Look at this defensive stand. And then we get an over and back call. No, it was a pushing, perhaps a little bit of cross-checking. The Warriors still no penetration on this North Stars defense just yet. Really at a loss for words. What a start for the North Stars, offensively and defensively. But what about it in this defense do you think makes the North Stars so impenetrable, Rob?
Well, Kyle, you have players like Sam Klein and Molly McGrath, both D1 athletes, and they are 2 of the fastest players on the field at all times. So really getting around them is hard. They have the stick skills to be attackers, but their defensive abilities are just incredible.
Watch the cut to the right side. Some contact again, and I believe it'll be a penalty in favor of the Warriors. Finally, another goal-scoring opportunity for the Warriors, who certainly took their time getting it upfield. Finally penetrating and get that ball around X. That was number 7, Kendra Hall, with possession there. And now an opportunity for the Warriors to put away their second goal. Attacking the rack. Low shot. 5-hole save. Deflected again. Nicole O'Neill is a brick wall tonight.
Nicole O'Neill playing absolutely fantastic on that run right there. Getting the first stop and then collecting for the rebound. Beautiful stuff from Nicole.
Unbelievable. A brick wall. I think that's the best way to put it. And now the North Stars clearing and with pace. This time not pressed by that high press from the Warriors. Rolling right upfield. Back up, that's number 22, Brooke Molchinoff. She'll pass up to her companion in Fran Tortora. Again, Fran Tortora made me eat my words earlier. She was starting off a little cold, but she took it to the rack all 3 of the next times. Can she do it again? Turning around, firing, deflected by Abby Cole. The Warriors fighting for it in the crease, and now some contact. The Warriors with a chance to reset and get the North Stars riding.
And Kyle, you know, we've criticized Liverpool for their offense tonight, but how much of it do you think is Nicole O'Neill? She has 5 saves already on the night, and if she doesn't save any of those, it's a 6-5 game in Liverpool's favor.
Oh, you have to, and those are all clear shots that Warriors, you know, could have put the ball away. But Nicole O'Neill, man, has she been sharp and sharper and sharper. Now the Warriors with a chance to reset. The ball pops out. The Warriors just lackadaisical on the ball tonight. That's number 4, Jenna Irwin, racing upfield. She has some speed for sure. Kind of a two-way star for the Warriors. Now Irwin electing to slow things down, back out around the 20. Now call on the field. Rob, you and I can't exactly hear what the refs are discussing up here, and so we can only assume that it was an offsides call. Now the Warriors with a chance to reset. Rolling around the right side.
Sam Klein rushing her way in here.
Ooh, had an opportunity around the top. That was Kendra Hall open next to the goal. She couldn't convert. Some contact on that play as well, so the Warriors with a chance to reset. It's number 14, Sam Klein, rushing off the field on that call. She got yellow carded. Now the Warriors with a chance at the 8 to put away another goal. 5-1 ball game. Can they get back within reach? 8.5 to go.
This is a massive foul right here. If Liverpool can put this away, it might be the shining light they need to bring them back into this game, Kyle.
They certainly have to make a statement soon as this clock ticks away here in the first half. Racing in, shot, wide, deflected away by Nicole O'Neill. Man, is she an intimidating figure. 8.5 to go, and O'Neill has just been running it on defense for the North Stars. Pass to the inside, and as I say that, the Warriors respond with their second goal of the matchup. It's a 5-2 ball game. The North Stars still up with 8.5 to go here in the first half.
Maggie Tift finding some space inside, and she shoots that one low and finds the 5-hole. It's a beautiful play right there from Liverpool to get themselves back into this game, Kyle.
That was the 8th penalty on the North Stars there, and the Warriors finally converting as that ball popped out. They just raced back in with that assist. And the Warriors finally getting back within reach, a 3-goal ball game. So 8:28 to go here in the first half. We'll have Fran Tortora back in for draw versus Jenna Irwin. Jenna Irwin kind of running that possession time for the Warriors, but very hesitant to penetrate that defense. We'll see what changes the Liverpool Warriors can make later on.
I have to mention with that goal, what a beautiful, quick heads-up play from Liverpool. They get the ball in right away, and that's how they're able to find that gap inside, Kyle.
Absolutely. I mean, just some great field vision on both sides. I mean, I spoke with a couple of the players from the Warriors, Maya Mills and Kendra Hall, before the game, and they certainly credit a lot of their players for having fantastic field vision. One of them, who hasn't been as sharp tonight with 5 goals allowed already, but still a fantastic player, in Abby Cole, their goalkeeper, credited for having great field vision, and she's certainly displayed that early on with her great clears. Not afraid to throw it upfield if she sees a woman. But really, you know, otherwise just not as sharp with those saves just yet. We'll see if the Warriors can craft a response as we get a penalty on the redraw. In case you're just tuning in, a 5-2 ball game, 8.5 to go here in the first half. The Warriors controlling those draws, nonetheless, a lack of execution and penetration on the North Stars defense. The North Stars responding with a handful of goals from Fran Tortora and company, and they've just been so sharp offensively early on.
And Kyle, we've yet to mention tonight, but it is 81 degrees out, and it is very humid. So these girls must be very tired with the heat, really playing a factor here tonight. And really, I feel like it will show whose conditioning is better in this moment.
Oh, yeah, you have to believe so. And as a matter of fact, Kendra Hall credited her team, for improving their conditioning throughout the season. Something they certainly had to work on, as we see a call in the midfield, and the Warriors will have a chance to reset. Now racing upfield, that's number 15 for the Warriors, Mia Berthoff. She'll pass out to her left side. Back out to the top, that's number 9, Caroline Stevens. finding some space, right side, pass to the inside, shot, deflected away. The North Stars with another defensive stand, and Molchanov gets mauled in the crease. North Stars with a chance to reset and have a real clear right here.
You know what, Kyle? I like that from Liverpool, though. Now that they've really found their footing in this game, rushing the offense and getting the early shot, and it was a great open look, but Nicole O'Neill with another fantastic save.
Nicole O'Neill has just been a brick wall in the crease tonight. We see some high pressure again from the Warriors, and they get another takeaway. That's number 1, Maggie Tiff racing upfield. Shot, and she puts it away. The Warriors convert on the turnover, and all of a sudden it's a 5-3 ball game. The Warriors clawing their way back with 7 minutes to go here in the first half.
And, Kyle, this is a lot more like the Liverpool we're used to seeing. They're really riding on the CNS offense and just winning these turnovers, and we see it right there. Just a quick turnover and a step inside and firing into the back of the net.
And Rob, how impressive has that high press been on those clears for the North Stars, the Warriors, with 2 turnovers now in that high press?
Kyle, I'd really like to see Nicole O'Neill kind of go long with this, because if you watch Liverpool's ride, they really sit at half field, and if she can get that ball over the top, CNS has the speed to pick that up and really get that one-on-one with the keeper.
And what are the odds that's exactly what Coach Prentice is discussing right now as she calls a timeout for the North Stars? So now a timeout for the North Stars. Obviously a lot of turnover trouble in the midfield, and that second consecutive goal for the Warriors now, showing signs of perhaps fatigue. What do you think it is the case, other than those turnovers, that is kind of slowing down the momentum of the North Stars early on?
Kyle, we really like to see this North Stars team. They're really up and down. They play very quick, and they're great on the counter. Whereas this Liverpool team, when they get the ball on offense, they tend to keep it and really slow things down and just wait for the open shot. So right now, I feel like Liverpool's style has helped them better with conditioning, just because their star players aren't getting tired. We've seen Kendra Hall not check out at all tonight, and she's been massive on the backside. Even though she hasn't done much on the scoring sheet, she's really brought in that best defender from CNS and taken them out of the play.
Absolutely. So now a chance for the North Stars to maul things over. Coach Prentice calls a timeout after that turnover in the midfield. So the high press defense from the Warriors has just been fantastic. And now with 7 minutes to go, a lot of changes for the North Stars to make.
Kyle, I do have to mention it again. Liverpool 6 for 8 on the draws tonight, which has played a massive part in how many possessions Liverpool has had. And really all credit has to go to Nicole O'Neill, as she's just stopped so many shots tonight. 7 saves so far.
Yeah, a lot of the stats we're looking at tonight with DJ Villeneuve in the booth with us, it's very contradictory. Obviously, the Warriors, not up on the score sheets just yet, as it's a 5-3 ball game and a quick start for the North Stars, as they started 5-1. But, only 2 turnovers from the Warriors, 5 from the North Stars. So a clear lack of execution in the midfield to get that ball upfield. That high press defense has been fantastic for the Warriors, yet a lack of penetration from the Warriors offense. So what do the Warriors have to do to continue to penetrate that offense and find a way on top of the crease more often?
Well, Kyle, I honestly think they don't need to yet. I feel like it's too early to change your offensive game plan, as they have seen success in these later time of the game. At halftime, maybe you can go over and change things, but for these last 7 minutes, I would keep doing what you're doing, because in the past 5 minutes, they've scored 2 goals. So it's been massive going forward. So just keep doing what you're doing and see where it gets you going into this half.
And, Rob, how about the energy at Michael J. Bragman Stadium tonight? These girls fired up. Nearly a 500-person crowd here with 7 minutes to go here in the first half. I think people know it's finally playoff season. And now for face-off. Fran Tortora, Jenna Irwin. Can the North Stars finally respond?
And a massive draw here, Kyle. Coming out of that timeout, whoever wins this, they have everything they just talked about, that they can advance into their offense and their defense, to give them credit. But the offensive game plan that was probably just talked about in that huddle would be massive if you win this draw.
This one's pivotal, to say the least. Can the Warriors maintain their momentum, or will the North Stars put a dagger in the throats of the Warriors and claw their way back to control this ball game? Only a 2-goal lead for the North Stars. Tortora and Irwin for draw.
Like you mentioned earlier, Kyle, the refs really taking time setting up these draws here tonight.
Yeah, they've been very particular tonight. Again, it is playoff season, so these refs will get stingier and stingier. Finally, we get the draw. Ball pops up. And as the clock strikes 7 minutes, the Warriors with another consecutive win on draw. Now racing upfield. Finding some space to the inside. And look at that pressure from the North Stars. A call on the play. It looked clean to me, but the Warriors with a chance to continue their momentum with another penalty at the 8.
Maggie Tiff doing a great job there, coming away with the ball, and she just makes that quick upfield sprint to really get Liverpool's offense going.
Yeah, great speed on display early on in this matchup. And now Maggie Tift right at the top of the 8. Nicole O'Neill in cage. Can she make another heroic save for the North Stars? Sam Klein racing onto the field. Whistle blows. Tift, shot, and goal. It's a 5-4 ball game. The Warriors continue their momentum.
Kyle, that marks 3 unanswered goals for Liverpool here ever since CNS went up 5-1. I don't know what needs to happen for CNS to get that early momentum back, but right now I honestly think it's just getting those offensive possessions. They haven't had the ball much.
And what do the North Stars have to do in order to create a response?
Well, Kyle, it's really just getting the ball. Like I said, they just haven't had offensive possessions in the past, what feels like 10 minutes. They haven't really been in the defense or the final third, of Liverpool.
You're absolutely right, and I think it starts with the draws, and now we see it, Tori Ionati going back out for draw now. Let's see if this change will happen. Brooke Molchinoff and Molly Molchinoff, those ground ball winners on the draw circle for the North Stars. Can they fabricate a response here? Again, these refs, very particular about these draws. Tori Ionati, Jenna Irwin for a pivotal draw right here. Can the North Stars finally get a possession? Ball pops up. Molly Molchinoff picks it up and races upfield. A huge opportunity for the North Stars to respond. Right back to the top of the crease with speed. Look at that move. Puts a shot, and it's saved by Abby Cole. Ball pops back out, and it's Fran Tora getting the ball. She gets some contact around X. Whew, and now I can catch my breath. The North Stars maintaining possession with 6 minutes to go here in the first half.
That looks like another yellow card, and that one will be going to number 22, Morgan Kenna.
And that card trouble, Rob, the Warriors certainly going to have to make some changes defensively.
What a great job by Molly Molchinoff there, winning the draw, getting down the field, beating 3 Liverpool defenders, and getting a shot off. That's amazing stuff.
I mean, we saw 2 swim moves right there, moving from left to right. And then, boom, nearly put the shot away. Abby Cole with a fantastic save, stepping out of the crease to get in her face there, using her size to her advantage. Now, Fran Tora with a chance to put another shot away. From this spot alone, she's already put 2 goals to the rack herself. You think she's going for it again, or you think she's going to look for a woman that's cutting to the inside?
Well, Kyle, the biggest thing I see right here is Molly Molchinoff and Brooke Molchinoff right behind her. If Fran cuts inside, she can dish it off to the top, and one of them can have an open shot.
We'll see if that magic can happen. Fran Tora, penalty, shot, and a goal. The North Stars finally fabricate the response as the sun rises here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. It's a 6-4 ball game with 6 minutes to go.
And what a massive goal. That stops the scoring streak of Liverpool and gets things moving back in the favor of CNS, Kyle.
Yeah, talk about a momentum killer, and Fran Tora does it again, her 4th goal of the night. That's 4 consecutive goals, if I'm not mistaken, from Fran Tora and company. She's all taken them to the rack herself, nearly all of them unassisted, if I'm not mistaken.
Fran scoring the last 4 for CNS, and that's exactly what she needs to do. As one of the best players in this section, stepping up in these sectional games, it is massive.
Absolutely. Fran Tora has been fantastic, to say the least. 41 goals, 37 assists. That's got to be right near the top of the board for points in the season. Lady North Stars have just been fantastic in offense, all led by Fran Tora. Back out to Ionati for draw. Ball pops out, a deflection, and Ionati will pick it up herself. A huge win for the North Stars again. They'll clear back to Sam Klein, who bobbles the ball in the backfield. And again, we see this high press from the Warriors. North Stars going to have to get this ball quickly upfield.
Again, Kyle, I'd really like to see them go long. You can see Jenna Pickard at the bottom of your screen is really wide open with a lot of space in front of her.
Sam Klein finally gets away, evading that defense from the Warriors and passes upfield. Out to Pickard. She'll pass to X. And there we see Tortora. She's been in this spot before. Passing out to the top. There's Molchanov. Molchanov, top of the 12. Passing to the inside. There's Iannotti. Back to the inside. Another great display of ball movement as the North Stars put away another goal.
And Angela Beardsley finding her way inside with a quick catch and shot, able to make it 7-4 tonight.
Beardsley acting as kind of that sixth man as she steps on the field. 15 goals and no assists just yet in the season, but nonetheless her 16th goal of the season and a big one at that as the North Stars finally create that response. 2 consecutive goals now after the Warriors strung together for themselves.
Kyle, the word I'd use to describe Angela Beardsley is a poacher. She may not make a lot of plays happen, but she finds her way inside and is able to finish every single time.
Absolutely. Kind of that Terry Rozier, you could say, just gets the ball and can put it up.
Kyle, always wanted to bring a basketball reference to a lacrosse game.
I'm a big sports fan. What can I say? A 7-4 ball game here with 5.5 to go in the first half. North Stars finally getting those 2 goals away to respond to the 4 unanswered goals from the Warriors. Another deflection at midfield on the draw. And Iannotti will pick it up with some contact. North Stars on the penalty with a reset at midfield.
And Kyle, ever since that timeout, we've seen CNS come and dominate on these draws, closing the numbers, making it 5-12 in their favor. Well, not in their favor, but they've won the last 3.
Yeah, the North Stars will definitely pick up those numbers as we see this develops. We've noticed that Coach Prentice not afraid to make changes in order to make those draws happen. Now out to the top, there's Tori Iannotti. Getting that initial draw win. Molly Molchanov has some speed. You better defend closely. But there's the other Molchanov sister. Going out to the top of the crease. Her shot's deflected away. The Warriors racing upfield with speed. Molchanov tries to poke the ball loose. Both girls fall at midfield. The Warriors with a reset. She's slow to get up, but glad to see she does. Still taking her time, excuse me, as we get Coach Anderson out there to check on her athlete.
And that looks like a yellow card for Brooke Molchanov, who showed a lot of hustle there to get back, but is unlucky to get the foul called on her. And we hope, I can't see the number, but we hope whoever is down for Liverpool is okay.
Yeah, we didn't catch a number on that play. We hate to see athletes go down. We're going to take a moment here at the North Star Network to wait for this athlete to take her time to get up. We hope she's all right here for the CNS Athletics. Welcome back here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium to the North Star Network. A huge matchup, and we get a little break here, an injury timeout as we see Mia Berthoff go down. She's noted as having great physicality for a freshman on this field, one of those ground ball winners for the North Stars, or for the Warriors, excuse me, and with some contact from the backside from Brooke Molchanov on that last play, a penalty for the Warriors, and Mia Berthoff slow to get up. So we're glad to see her finally get up, though, and perhaps check back into this game later on. Meanwhile, the Warriors on that ground ball win, rolling upfield. Now to the top of the crease with a shot, deflected away. Nicole O'Neill still an absolute brick wall in the cage, but the Warriors will pick it back up right back to the top of the crease. Rolling around right side of O'Neill's cage. Back out to the top. Rip shot and a goal. The Warriors with an emphatic shot over the right shoulder of Nicole O'Neill, just sniping it bar down. It's a 7-5 ball game with exactly 4 minutes to go here in the first half. The North Stars still lead by 2 goals.
Jenna Irwin with another snipe. We saw her with the fancy goal earlier. She puts another one away for Liverpool. And we haven't seen Kendra Hall score tonight, but Jenna Irwin and Maggie Tift have picked up the scoring load.
I mean, Jenna Irwin headed to Robert Morris for some college lacrosse. I mean, arguably the most valuable player on this Warriors team. She takes draws, she wins balls in the midfield, and she's a great goal scorer. 41 goals, 15 assists coming into this matchup, and she's a midfielder. So that tells you just how talented this young lady is. And now for draw, Ayanati back out for the North Stars. 2 consecutive draw wins for the North Stars, but on that last play, Molchanov forcing a goal to the top of the crease, deflected back out, and the Warriors raced up field. In case you miss it, Mia Berthoff went down on a tough injury from the back, getting some contact in the midfield from Brooke Molchanov, but slow to get up. Glad to see her get up, though, and perhaps come back into this game later on. But for now, a huge draw for the North Stars. Again, these refs very particular about these draws. Been taking their time all night, Rob. Ball pops out. Right to the front, and Ayanati again on the deflection, getting another pickup. Rolling back upfield. North Stars setting up that offense.
And credit to CNS and really Tori Ayanati and their draw team, they have closed the gap. They went from being down 2 to 9.
Absolutely fantastic.
2 of 9 on draws, and now they're all the way back to being 6 of 13.
You know, kind of controlling that ratio now. Ever since Ayanati stepped back in, they've been getting more wins. So Fran Tortora taking a step back from that draw girl, and now she'll be kind of mandating this offense as she's done all night.
You know, Kyle, sometimes it's always good to get a new look, get a new face on the draws, and it's working here for CNS.
As we see Molly Molchanov dish it off to Fran Tortora. She'll take her time as she sails a ball wide of Molly Molchanov, and we get an offsides call. The Warriors with a chance to attack the rack once again. Here's number 5, Gianna Carbone, to start things off for the Warriors. Carbone, one of those main defensive midfielders for the Warriors. Guarded closely by Fran Tortora and Sam Klein. Rolling upfield, right side, nearly getting pushed out of bounds. Look at this defensive stance. 2 girls pinning her, and she somehow gets away with it. But now there's Pickard closing them off, and she's pushed out of bounds. Perhaps some contact, and it appears to be a penalty in favor of the Warriors, as a matter of fact. Tough to see exactly what happened there. Perhaps a little bit of cross-checking from Jenna Pickard. Still a great defensive stance from the Warriors, or from the North Stars, excuse me. Nonetheless, with 2.5 to go, the Warriors with a chance to bring this back within 1 goal.
And Coach Prentice looks like she's absolutely loving the aggressiveness from her girls, so I expect to see more of it.
Oh, yeah, the aggression's been on display all night. Rolling back upfield, Carbone trying to find some space on Molchanov. Molchanov has been fantastic at the midfield for the North Stars all night. The Warriors rolling around, right side of the crease. Ooh, a little bit of slashing to the back of the head by accident. Again, these North Stars and Warriors have been aggressive both ways tonight. And now number 9, Caroline Stevens, with a chance to put away that goal that'll bring them back within reach.
And if we see a save here from Nicole O'Neill, it will just really put a stamp on what this half has been. Both teams going at it, but Nicole O'Neill just being an absolute brick wall in net as she does it again.
She continues to do so. Somebody build her a statue. She's just been fantastic all night as she gets the clear, too, and now the North Stars racing upfield with pace. Can the North Stars maintain this momentum and create a response? Ayanati back upfield to the inside. North Stars spinning around, a lot of contact. The ball pops out, and there's Addison Graham with the pickup for the Warriors. It's been back and forth now, and nearly a minute to go here in the first half. Graham racing upfield with pace. A defensive midfielder gone AWOL now. She just races upfield. She wants to put that goal away. She'll finally get off, swapping with one of the midfielders, but there's Carbone again, ripping a shot, deflects away. The Warriors will maintain possession. Kendra Hall to pick things up around X for the Warriors. Defended closely. Those face guard girls have just been fantastic for the North Stars. This defense practically impenetrable at times. The Warriors finding their way through, though. 50 seconds. Kendra Hall defended closely. Back out to X. Nicole O'Neill defending her cage. Fantastic tonight.
And, Kyle, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Liverpool try to slow this one down and wait for the final shot in this half.
You would have to expect so, but there's a pass to the inside from Kendra Hall, who rips that shot one-handed, And who else but Nicole O'Neill to get another fantastic save. 25 seconds to go. The North Stars wasting no time getting the ball upfield. There's Ionati passing upfield to Pickard. Pickard finding Tortora. Look at the ball movement on display.
Tortora with tons of space here, Kyle.
Racing left side, pushed back out, top of the crease. Ooh, some contact on the inside. No call on the play. The North Stars will still maintain possession as they try and get it back in bounds. They keep it in bounds. A hustle play right there. And now back out. Ionati, as the clock buzzes, can't get the shot off. So tons of chaos to close off this first half, and chaos, to say the least, will describe the actions the Warriors displayed as they claw their way back from a 4-goal lead, and now it's only a 2-goal ball game. We'll be back for the second half. Don't leave just yet. Tons of changes for both teams to make. Coach Prentice and company going to have to make plenty of changes as the Warriors gaining momentum. We'll be back for the sectional matchup. Welcome back here at the North Star Network. I'm Kyle Marshak. Alongside me for this call tonight, Robert Bateman. Rob, a lot of changes for both teams to make. The Warriors back and forth with the North Stars early on. Both teams trying to break into that second round. It's a close matchup, and perhaps the fate of the Liverpool Warriors or the North Stars dwindling away as we finally get this second half, 25 minutes to go. The Warriors, as I mentioned, creating a lot of draw wins, and with that, they finally get that execution going in that second quarter, you could say, of this matchup. What do the North Stars have to do to kind of get that momentum back,
Kyle, they need to limit turnovers. They've had 8 turnovers tonight compared to Liverpool's 2. We've seen CNS get a lot of possessions recently, but they've been losing the ball and not putting balls away. And then if I go over to Liverpool's side, what they need to change, it's just simply scoring. Nicole O'Neill has 11 saves in just one half of Lacrosse, which is an insane number. If Liverpool can find a way to get the ball past her and into her cage, they can run away with this game very easily.
Absolutely. And, man, how would the Warriors feel good about, winning this matchup, right? I mean, in this first round of Section 3 Class A sectional championships, they break into the second round versus the 2-seed West Genesee Wildcats. Now, that would be quite the win if the Liverpool Warriors could get that. The North Stars have already had a couple wins versus the Wildcats as well at that 2-seed. How much momentum do you think these teams would have racing into a huge matchup between two, tight-knit teams, a 6-seed versus a 3-seed, going into that, quarterfinals finally and facing off against the Wildcats? How great would that momentum be, Rob?
Kyle, we see it a lot. Sometimes these teams that get these bye weeks and sectionals, they end up actually losing their game because they take this extra 2-3 days of preparation where these other teams are preparing for the CNS Liverpool game. West Genny is preparing for arguably CNS, seeing that they are coming in at the higher seed. And if Liverpool pulls off the upset, West Genny isn't ready for that. And Liverpool has so much momentum coming in. It's very often we see these seeds that win this first game go into the teams that have bye weeks, and they end up knocking them off and upsetting them and making their way into the final.
And, Rob, I can recall only a couple of years ago when, my junior season of soccer and your sophomore season of soccer together, that the Liverpool Warriors actually fabricated quite the run in the playoffs. A team that has a similar record to us, hovering around 500, maybe only that 5th seed, but then they just create that run, and they actually beat FM to make it into the section finals versus Beeville only 2 years ago. So what a stance that was for the Warriors. Talk about momentum. The Lady North Stars, or the Lady Warriors, could certainly recreate that momentum here for the Section 3 Class A sectional championships for ladies lacrosse.
And mind you, Kyle, that Liverpool team barely even made it into sectionals, and they were a team we beat twice with quite ease. And FM was a team that no team had beaten except for Beeville, who ended up winning the section. And those games were tight between Beeville and FM.
Exactly.
So Liverpool coming in with that momentum off a big win against Utica Proctor, I believe it was.
Yeah, I believe so.
To come in to go to FM and knock them off at their home field, it's insane what teams can bring out in these sectional games. And we could see something like this here tonight with whoever wins this game.
And again, the Warriors on their heels. Talking about this situation, the Warriors, the last team to make it into this Section 3 Class A sectional championship tournament as well. So talk about, fighting it off in your last dying breaths. The Warriors trying to claw their way back into some hopes. North Stars, not if they don't have anything to say about it, as Molly Molchanoff races upfield in a huge opening draw win, and now an immediate penalty. Will the North Stars start it off on a punctual goal? Molchanoff with great breakaway speed. You think she's attacking the rack right here? Or is she going to take a step back and kind of reset and take her time getting this first goal?
And Kyle, I'm sorry to ignore your question, but it's just amazing what I just noticed as
Molchanoff puts away that first goal. Taking our words out of our mouths. Just when you and I are making conversation, the North Stars separating early here in the second half. An 8-5 ball game, not even 30 seconds elapsed, and Molchanoff says, screw it, let's get this thing going early.
And Kyle, it's a beautiful finish for Molchanoff, but back to what I was saying. I'm shocked to see Nicole O'Neill is not on the field. After making 11 saves in this first half and really being dominant in net, they decide to switch, and Nicole O'Meara is now in net, which is a very questionable decision, but if it pays off, what a coaching moment from Coach Prentice.
Hey, Nicole Mira had plenty of minutes early on in the season. Finally back from concussion protocol. She had 31 goals, 51 goals allowed, so only 38% in her favor. But early on in the season, Rob, man, was she lights out too. So she's had her moments, no lack of that. And to compare to Nicole O'Neill, who's had 45% save percentage, I mean, there's just no lack of, at least half decent goalkeepers on this team. And Nicole O'Neill especially was fantastic tonight. But Nicole O'Meara on the field now for the North Stars. A fight for the ball at midfield. The Warriors with the opening draw, or the second draw, excuse me, of the second half will get the win. Back up to Kendra Hall. Shot to the inside, and a fantastic finish. Back and forth early on. The Warriors gaining back their momentum. It's an 8-6 ball game.
What a beautiful run from Liverpool right there. Just picked up by Gianna Irwin. A quick run down the field. Finds the cutting Kendra Hall, who shoots it into the top corner of Nicole O'Meara's net to make it 6-8.
Now the question is, do you think O'Neill would have that save either? I think that was a fantastic finish by Kendra Hall. Tough to tell.
Kyle, I think it's one of those ones that you know very well, being a goalie in soccer, that we say it all the time. You just can't save those. I feel like that was a beautiful shot that there was nothing Nicole O'Meara could have done, especially with Kendra Hall standing on top of her crease.
Absolutely. And how about that field vision from Jenna Irwin, picking up the ground ball win on that draw and racing upfield. The Warriors with a second consecutive draw win. Those draws will be big tonight. Some contact at the top of the 30 from Molchinoff, and now number 1 Maggie Tiff to reset things for the Warriors. An 8-6 ball game, only a minute elapsed now, and already 2 goals allowed from both teams. Jenna Irwin passing out to the top. There's Carbone. Carbone racing around that right side, guarded closely by Molly Molchinoff. Back out to the top. Jenna Irwin. She's displayed great speed. Elects not to use it. She passes out to the back. Rolling around X. Back out to the top. There's Carbone.
Kyle, how amazing was that first 45 seconds of the second half? 2 goals.
Question is, will the Warriors elect to slow things down here? Still trying to attack the rack, guarded closely. That's Allie Cole. Back out to the top. That's Jenna Irwin passing out to the left side. Maggie Tift. Tift finding some space. Rolling into the left side. Top of the crease. Still defended closely. Tries to get a shot around the backside, deflected away, and the Warriors will win possession. That's Nicole O'Meara coming out of goal for the get-back call.
Great heads-up play from Nicole O'Meara right there, and alongside Tori Ayanati, who gets the quick check and is able to pop that ball loose.
A huge heads-up play, and the North Stars will finally get a possession to respond to that Liverpool Warriors goal. Nicole O'Meara pressed in the backfield. Again, Rob, we see that high press from the Warriors. How fantastic has this defense been?
But, Kyle, I would love to see CNS use this open field they have behind them. There's so much open turf past the 50 when Liverpool rides like that.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, number 16 for the North Stars, Allie Cole, will race upfield. You see her with the helmet on. She has quite the drip on the field, Rob. She'll pass out to the left side to Jenna Pickard. So Fran Tortora and company slowing things down now as Peyton Baker passes out to the right side, and there is Tortora. Excuse me, that's number 17 for the North Stars, Mackenzie Prentice. Back out to the top, Ayanati. Passing to that right side, the North Stars replicating what the Warriors were doing, just taking their time setting up the plays. Molchinoff setting the screen. Rolling around, inside, Tortora, shot, puts it away, dunking it on top of the crease, and Tortora puts away the second goal of the second half. The North Stars fabricating a response, and it's been back and forth early on in this second half, Rob.
And Kyle, dunk is the best word I could have used to describe that goal. It's the second time we've seen it here tonight from Tortora, where she just leaps up into the air, using that vertical she has from basketball, and just firing it down into the bottom of the net.
Fantastic job by Tortora to put away that second goal. I believe that's her 6th of the night. She's just been unstoppable.
That is her 5th of the night, Kyle, making it 9-6 CNS's favor.
She had that hat trick only 5 minutes into this ball game. Since then, slowed down a little bit, but really not her fault. It's just the North Stars of a whole have slowed their momentum. And now the Warriors trying to claw their way back. This draw win would be huge for them. North Stars' momentum in the draw circle has slowed a little bit. It's been back and forth, though. The North Stars getting a few more draw wins as of late. Ball pops up. Molchinoff trying to pick it up. The Warriors will race away with it. Rolling up the left side of the field. I can't catch a number. That's Carbone, excuse me. She'll pass out to the top. There's Maggie Tift. She has some space, not guarded closely just yet. Maggie Tift slowing things down. She'll around the right side of Nicole O'Meara's crease. In case you missed it, Nicole O'Neill in the crease for the North Stars early on has just been lights out. Coach Prentice, nonetheless, elects to make the change and puts Mir out there in cage. Maggie Tift around X, rolling around right side. Still defending closely, back out to the top. Racing back in, and they put it away. The Warriors back and forth with the North Stars, looking like a tennis match, just trading goals, and it's a 9-7 ball game with 21 minutes to go here in the second half.
Kyle, so far, everything CNS has thrown at Liverpool, they've seemed to have a response for, and again, you just have to question, would Nicole O'Neill have saved that?
And Macy Moore putting away the goal right there. The senior attackman, 16 goals, 4 assists coming into this matchup, her 17th goal of the season, and a big one at that, as the Warriors badly needed that response right there, Rob.
And Kyle, just keeping this 2-goal gap is all they need to do. If CNS scores, they just need to find a response. And sooner or later, Liverpool will be able to find their way to score a few extra goals that are unresponded and get themselves back into a tie game.
Now, Rob, the question is, the energy of the team of the North Stars. They've been excited early on, but as this game has elapsed, I feel like they've kind of fallen flat a little bit. I think that would be a good way of describing this offense. If there's just no spark there on the field just yet, is that's another consecutive draw win for the Warriors.
Well, Kyle, I think a lot of it is momentum. We see CNS score, and the energy picks up a lot. But then Liverpool has just been able to find a response, which has killed that momentum and brought it back in Liverpool's favor.
And speaking of responses, Maggie Tiff tries to rip a shot off the draw. The Warriors will maintain possession on the get-back call. She'll pass out to the top. There's number 17, Macy Moore, who had that previous goal for the Warriors. Back out to the top. There's Carbone. Or Caroline Stevens, excuse me. Caroline Stevens passing out to X. The Warriors rolling around the right side, similar to their last play. Maggie Tift. Top of the 12. We've seen the girls shoot from distance before. Still guarded closely by Ayanati. Ayanati, one of those main face guard girls for the North Stars all season long. Ayanati defending closely. The Warriors still taking their time, setting things up. Back to the inside of the crease. Rips a shot. Saved by Mira. Appears to be a call on the play. The Warriors will have a penalty opportunity, and a big one at that. If they put this goal away, it's the first time it was a 1-goal ball game tonight. The second time, as the Warriors clawed back early on in the first half to make it a 5-4 ball game. Since then, the North Stars have separated. Warriors shot in a goal. Racing right to the crease, and it's a 9-8 ball game. They're clawing their way back. The Warriors setting up quite the comeback story here early on in the second half.
Maggie Tift coming into this game with only 28 goals on the season, but she has 4 here tonight. She has picked up her scoring load for this team. We've seen Kendra Hall slow down. She only has 1. Jenna Irwin keeping a decent pace, but coming into the game, Jenna Irwin has 41 goals. She only has 2 here tonight. But Maggie Tift coming in, putting her 4th goal away, keeping pace with Fran Tortora, one of the best scorers in the league, Kyle.
Unbelievable. I mean, Maggie Tiff described as kind of a face-off girl. She wins ground balls on the draw circle and kind of a hustle player, a junior midfielder for the Warriors. But tonight, scoring all those goals, much needed. 32 goals in the season, 8 assists. So Maggie Tift has been quite the difference for the Warriors tonight. And what player will step up for the North Stars? None just yet, as that's that 3rd consecutive draw win for the Warriors. Speak of the devil, Maggie Tift rolling to the inside, shot, in a goal! Maggie Tift separating early on in the second half, creating quite the comeback story. The Warriors tie it up with 19 to go.
Wow.
I'm at a loss for words, Rob. Unbelievable.
Wow, Kyle. As I just mentioned, she's keeping pace with Fran. She ties Fran. Maggie Tift versus Fran Tortora. Coming into the game, I said Fran Tortora versus Kendra Hall, the matchup we all expected. But Maggie Tift said, hold my stick. I'm putting them away left and right.
Yeah, we can't say hold my beer on the broadcast. These athletes are under 21. I felt compelled to say the same thing, though. Nonetheless, a 9-9 ball game, and things getting real hot here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. It's 82 degrees, and the sun hitting its peak tonight. And a fantastic matchup as the boys' varsity team shows up for the North Stars. We'll see RFA showing up soon for a huge sectional matchup following this game. We're all tied up here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. 19 minutes of chaos will ensue. A huge draw. What do the North Stars have to do to solve this puzzle that is the draws for the Warriors? They just continue to win them. Ball pops up, And the North Stars still cannot get away with the win. And who else but Maggie Tiff to race up field with that ground ball win.
And Kyle, we see Nicole O'Neill warming back up, possibly making her way back into this game.
And Kendra Hall guarded closely, back out to the top. Here's Maggie Tift. A good defensive stand this time from the North Stars as the Warriors will bobble things. And then picking it up right near the 30, nearly getting that offsides call. There's Caroline Stevens passing out to the right side. Trying to find a lady cutting around the crease. None just yet.
Kyle, I got to be honest, as a fan of the game, I would love to see this go into overtime, but I know the boys' teams that are waiting to play very anxiously would hate that as they have to wait even longer.
And Macy Moore pushed away, kind of rejected, trying to penetrate the crease right there. Back out at around X, It's Kendra Hall for the Warriors. Kendra Hall on the set piece from Jenna Irwin. Still can't penetrate. Back out to the top, there's Caroline Stevens. Stevens is been a little bit quiet tonight for the Warriors, but last time I said that, a girl went on a streak. And then a stick a little high for the North Stars, and a huge penalty opportunity at the 8 for the Warriors.
And the card comes out, Kyle. That's a yellow card for Victoria Ionati, and that's going to be very crucial for the North Stars.
Victoria Ionati, known to get a little chippy, but there, no intent. Just a high stick, and the Warriors now with a huge opportunity to take this lead. Their first lead of the night it would be, Rob.
And Kyle, what a massive goal this would be if they can put it away here. Liverpool just riding off the momentum they've created, winning 13 of the draws this game. When you look at the numbers, they should be in the lead, but they just have not this game as CNS has found ways to find the back of the net. And what a massive goal it would be, Kyle.
And things are heating up here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. As I mentioned, the sun hitting its peak here. The shadows on the field we're so used to here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. These girls having no problems with it. The Warriors just not refraining from putting these goals away. Waiting for the whistle. Penalty from the 12. Pass to the inside. Ball bouncing around. Who wants it? Peyton Baker trying to get it. Some deflections on the inside. Nicole Miro get away with it. She clears it. And at the 30, another fight for it. The North Stars will get away with it. Can they maintain possession? A whistle on the play, and they'll give it to the Warriors. A huge possession with 17 minutes to go. The Warriors with another opportunity gifted from the refs to finally grab this lead. Their first lead of the night it would be. As we hear some fans chirping back and forth.
Can't help but laugh, Kyle. Can't help but laugh.
Still no lack of laughs from these fans as they're arguing the call and someone correcting the other. Never gets old here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. Nonetheless, the Warriors trying to make some changes. We get a call on the inside, and it's a penalty. Too much contact on that play. And here we finally get that 8-yard penalty. Can the Warriors grab this lead with 17 and a half to go? They'll go back out, top of the crease. There's Caroline Stevens. Some contact out to the top. She gets pushed out of bounds. Pass to the inside. Shot. Falling away, a huge save from Mira. The ball rolling out of bounds. Some contact on the play, and it appears it'll be another penalty in favor of the Warriors.
Right now, Kyle, I think the story of the game is penalties. That's CNS's 14th penalty here on the night, whereas Liverpool only has 7.
And it appears it's the North Stars finally with a possession in their favor on this play.
And the North Stars fans showing the refs some love finally as they got something in their favor.
Rob, you and I know best. The refs will get plenty of love here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. It doesn't matter what sport it is. We hear those fans still chirping. We apologize on the broadcast if you can hear them. They want to be just as loud as we are up here in the booth. 17 minutes to go, and it's a 9-9 ball game. The Warriors writing quite the script at Michael J. Bragman Stadium.
And Kyle, we actually see some West Jenny Lacrosse players in the fans maybe watching this game, seeing what they should expect coming Thursday.
Absolutely, you have to expect that. These teams hawking the talent they have to watch. They know this is it. Sam Klein rolling upfield. Gets some contact. They'll play on. Still pressed away. A good defensive stand from the Warriors. Back out to the left side. There's Jenna Pickard. Out to X. There's Tortora.
Fran Tortora, if anyone's to do it, it's her.
It certainly could be. Racing around the left side of the crease. Back out to the right. Pass to the top. Pickard. Shot and a goal. The North Stars grabbing back the lead with 16 minutes to go. Rob, you and I nearly jumping out of our chairs.
Kyle, what a beautiful look from Fran Tortora. She draws 3 defenders to her. Jenna Pickard sees the gap, cuts inside, finds herself at the top of the crease. Fran Tortora says, here, Jenna, put this one away. And she does exactly that. 10-9 CNS with 16 minutes to go.
That's as textbook as it gets. The 10th goal of the season for Gianna Pickard, who's been a little quiet early on, but the young junior with her biggest goal of this season here in the first round of sectional playoffs. The North Stars finally separate, and a timeout for Coach Anderson and company to talk things over. A huge win in the favor of the North Stars, finally getting that goal, a much-needed one as they finally fabricate a response. My statistician, DJ Villeneuve, to my right, looking dumbfounded at the chaos ensuing on the field. Rob, what are your thoughts?
How can you have words for what's going on right now, Kyle? This is sectional lacrosse at its finest. Two teams going at it. The crosstown rivalry, Liverpool versus CNS. Back and forward. We saw CNS jump out early. Liverpool claw their way back to CNS say, hey, we still got this one. They get the lead. Liverpool says, oh no. Coming into halftime, they find the tie game, and Fran Tortora finds Gianna Pickard to put CNS up 10-9. You just can't have words to describe it, Kyle. It's amazing.
Now, if we had someone who could just, from the lacrosse heavens, fabricate a matchup and say these two teams have to face off for the rest of their season. One game for the rest of their seasons. They've written quite the script for us because what a matchup we've had early on. The North Stars separate early on, Tortora with 3 consecutive goals in that first half. And then guess what? The Warriors with some draw wins. They get back. And now here in the second half, more draw wins in favor of the Warriors. They put 3 consecutive goals away again. The North Stars respond, and they will not give up this lead to the Warriors. Man, it's been quite the half of lacrosse. And Rob, we still have 16 minutes to go. I'm the biggest fan of lacrosse in the world right now as far as I'm concerned.
And Kyle, what a game to have fans back in the stadium. A maximum of 500, and it looks like we are hitting just that. Everywhere you look, there's fans. The noise is coming through. Michael J. Bragnum Stadium, it may not be packed, but it's getting there. And that's exactly what we want to see.
Not exactly 500 fans in attendance just yet, but it certainly feels like it here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. In case you're just tuning in, a huge sectional matchup. Both teams fighting for that West Genesee matchup to get to the finals. But for now, they have to face off. The North Stars and the Warriors. A 10-9 ball game. In case you just missed it, the North Stars finally separating as the Warriors clawed all the way back from a 3-goal deficit, tying things up at 9. And now with 16 minutes to go, the North Stars fabricating a response. But can they finish off this script that they're writing? Because quite the story is developed early on.
And Kyle, the refs wanting to get things back started, and you just hear the energy from both teams. They're ready to go.
And as the sun sets here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium, the shadows hit the field, but things just brightening up for the North Stars. They finally separate in that 9-9 ball game. And now for face-off, you have to imagine it's Ionati back out there at midfield, for the North Stars. Jenna Irwin has been at midfield for the Warriors all night, as I just get word that Ionati is on the sideline currently, so that'll have to be Tortora at face-off. The girls lining up and ready to go. Jenna Irwin has been fantastic for the Warriors tonight at midfield. And how about Maggie Tift, Rob? You and I mentioning it earlier. She's been a pleasant surprise at midfield for the Warriors as she's separating for her 32nd goal this season tonight, 4 goals tonight.
Kyle, we knew she was a great player, but who would have expected her to pick up the scoring load like she has? 5 goals for Liverpool here tonight.
Unbelievable. If there's any time for players to give surprise performances, now is the time. Speaking of performances, Fran Tortora at draw versus Jenna Irwin. A huge draw right here. If the North Stars win this one, the momentum has to be all in their favor. The refs waiting to set things up. And we get the draw. Ball pops up, and Molchanov picks it up for the North Stars. A huge draw win as she races upfield, and with pace, too. So we get a whistle at midfield. North Stars with a reset right here. And at the 50, Molchanov racing in.
And, Kyle, what a massive possession this will be. If CNS can find themselves with another goal, get 2 goals ahead again, it's a great response to Liverpool tying this game up.
That previous goal scorer from a great display of ball movement, Gianna Pickard handling the ball. She'll pass back out. And there's number 2, Tori Ionati. Passing to the inside. Back out to the top. There's number 17 for the North Stars, Mackenzie Prentice. Gianna Pickard back out to the top. There's Molly Molchanov. Her speed has been on display all night. She's attacked the rack a couple times now. From that exact position, too. Back out to her sister, Brooke. Passing to the inside. There's Tortora, or Ionati, excuse me. I mix those two up all the time, perhaps because their skill levels are so similar, Rob. Pass to the inside. Ooh, some contact, and we'll definitely get a penalty call on that one, as that's number 17, Mackenzie Prentice, getting hit from behind. She has 13 goals, 1 assist in the season so far. That certainly could have been her 14th had she not been struck. Nonetheless, a huge 8-yard penalty. The North Stars can continue to separate here with 15 minutes to go.
And Kyle, Prentice finds herself here at the top of the 8. This is perfect shooting position. She has the whole frame of the goal to fire at.
Plenty of space to shoot. She rips it wide. Who will get possession? The Warriors get the call. A heads-up play in the backfield from the Warriors. That's number 2, Gabrielle Jondal, getting the play on the defensive callback. And the Warriors with a huge possession as Abby Cole now in cage will try and get this clear. Now we see the North Stars with a high ride. Abby Cole still trying to find space, defended closely. And look at this press from the North Stars, high upfield. That's Fran Tortora pressing the goalkeeper. She's in quite the predicament now. You don't want to match up against Fran Tortora. And trying to poke it loose, and she does. Abby Cole in quite the mess. They pick it up. Can they get the ball back out to the crease as Fran Tortora finally picks it up? It rolls out of bounds. Who will get possession? The Warriors get it back. We see it right now, Rob. Coach Prentice all the way down the right sideline. She just wants to be right there in the action, it appears.
Coach Prentice, a great player in her days. I'm sure she's loving what her girls are bringing to this game, as Liverpool finding a way out of this high ride from CNS.
Somehow, the North Stars find a way to let that ball loose. And now the Warriors with possession. Number 17 for the Warriors, defended closely. Number 17, Macy Moore. Reset on the penalty call. Racing in with pace. Top of the crease. Shot and a goal. The Warriors tie it back up. Back and forth. 13 and a half to go. And it's just been back and forth. Quite the script, that we're writing. I'm just at a loss for words. Back and forth, a 10-10 ball game. 13 and a half to go here in the second half. Rob, what'd you see there?
What I saw there was just a great heads-up play from Macy Moore. She draws the foul off of Mira Lieberman and starts right away. She sees the open gap at the top of the crease, and she darts straight to it. She's able to get herself in front of the goal, squares her body up, and fires that one into the back of the net, Kyle.
I apologize, Rob. I'm just at a loss for words. Stumbling over my words right now as I'm just, I'm getting warmer and warmer up here in the booth. It's just been back and forth. 10-10 ball game, 13:25 on the clock. And the Warriors, what a statement they've made. Back and forth. I mean, really, I make this analogy a ton, but just looks like a ping pong match right now. Just back and forth, trading goals now. I think it's literally been consecutive. One goal the other way, one goal the other way, twice in a row now, Rob.
And, Kyle, you mentioned you're getting just warm up here in the booth. Well, it's staying just as hot down there on the field. It is still 81 degrees out. It's mostly cloudy. The rain that we were expecting has yielded way and doesn't look like it'll be coming tonight, which is great for these lacrosse games.
We'll get a redraw right here. And, Rob, tell us, how big of a draw is this one?
It's massive, Kyle. I mean, 13 for 21 for Liverpool, 8 for 21 for CNS. Both teams just need this win. This draw is more important than any other, Kyle.
13 minutes, 22 seconds on the clock. Jenna Irwin, Fran Tortora for draw. And we're all tied up here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. Ball pops up, and Irwin gets it. She'll race upfield, a hit from behind, the Warriors resetting. As it appears it is going the Warriors' way, excuse me. Fran Tortora will set up from behind, and now Jenna Irwin with a chance to race upfield, but finally an opportunity for the North Stars to kind of set up on defense as well. Again, Rob, these referees have been extra particular for this playoff matchup. As they pass upfield, and Caroline Stevens will pass it to the left side. There's Macy Moore. She's been getting involved in the offense a little more often these previous plays, as we see Maggie Tift, one of the big goal scorers, handling the ball. Great pass. She'll dump it off to Caroline Stevens. The Warriors still trying to find a way to set things up. Stevens rolling around the right side. Can the Warriors grab this lead? Defended closely. Two girls on her. Allie Cole. Ooh, hits her from behind. Can she get the call? It appears so. The Warriors with a massive penalty opportunity here, and possibly the greatest opportunity they'll get all night to finally grab this lead, Rob.
And, Kyle, that marks the 17th penalty on CNS. Liverpool only has 10. That's massive.
Feet clanging along the steel we have here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. Plenty of fans seated here. And in favor of the North Stars, that is, as we get the whistle blown in this 12-yard penalty, and now the Warriors back to their old ways of swinging this ball around the crease until they can find a way to penetrate. Passing to the inside, a huge opportunity for the Warriors, deflected away. Nicole O'Neill says no way. The ball pops up. Who wants it? The North Stars running away with it. Can they get the ground ball? They do. That's Molchanoff racing upfield and a huge defensive stand for the North Stars. Now the question is, Rob, can they finally take back this lead?
Honestly, Kyle, I don't know. Liverpool's defense right now, they look energized.
They
look ready to go.
They're looking sharp. If I had to question the energy of both these teams, the energy levels on the Warriors roster is certainly a lot better. Gianna Pickard, that previous goal scorer for the North Stars, passing out to the top to Molchanoff. Can Molchanoff make the change the North Stars need? 11 minutes to go, and we're all tied up at 10. Back out to the rolling Fran Tortora. She has breakaway speed, Rob, rolling her out the right side of the crease. Abby Cole defending, shot just wide. The North Stars will maintain possession. Man, that was a close one. Now Molchanoff racing back up. She wants to get things going. There's Prentice. Defended closely. She'll pass out to the top again. A good defensive stand both ways now. Such equal efforts of defense from both teams. Molchanoff inside, contact, and she'll get the call. A huge penalty in favor of the North Stars.
Kyle, I'm really curious to see where they set up Brooke here along the 8. If she's in a shooting position, it's very dangerous.
Brooke Molchanoff preparing for possibly the biggest opportunity, the North Stars will have later on in this matchup. So we finally break into single digits. Rolling around, left side, swim move, shot, just wide. North Stars fighting for it. They'll pick it up. Tortora back up to the top. There's Molly Molchanoff with an opportunity. Still looking from distance. There's Sam Klein, the defender. Can she make a change? No, back out to the top. Brooke Molchanoff trying to get that re-shot opportunity. She'll pass out to the right side. There's Prentice. Back out to Axe. Number 17, North Stars, rolling out to the top. Ball pops out, and the North Stars will get the call.
Kyle, I'd have to assume they're going to line Prentice up here on top of the 8, which is beautiful. She has the whole goal to see.
Mackenzie Prentice, only 13 goals, 1 assist coming into this matchup. The young freshman looking to make a change here at the top of the 8.
But how crucial would a goal here be, Kyle? Putting the North Stars up 11-10.
Prentice, shot, tries to get it over, and that one, rolling out of bounds. We get some contact in the backfield. You have to imagine the North Stars will get possession, as it appears they do. No, they give the call to the Warriors. No, excuse me, just back and forth. These referees are confusing me up here in the booth, and the North Stars do get possession. So another long offensive stand as Sam Klein is upfield for the North Stars. And now Molly Molchanoff passing off to Brooke, looking for some space. We get another whistle on the play off the ball. The referees discussing things again. My partner and I, Robert Bateman, not able to hear what the refs are discussing, so it's tough to tell what the calls will be, as Brooke will simply dump it off to Molly Molchanoff. Passing to the inside, there's Pickard. She's defended closely. Dumping it back off to Molly Molch. She has some breakaway speed. She can find her way to the top of the crease very soon.
Kyle, that marks 8 minutes left in this game. If any goals here are crucial to how this game will end.
Ooh, a shot from behind, no calls. Tortora tries to sell that one. Don't want to anger her.
The last time they angered her, she responded with 4 goals on Liverpool's head. So angering her now would be the worst thing you could do if you're Liverpool's defense.
Absolutely, as we get Gianna Pickard to the left side of Abby Cole's cage. Back out to Molly Molchanoff. Molchanoff, kind of that middle man. Rolling to the top of the crease. Back out to the top, just missing the assist attempt, and the Warriors will pick it up. A huge turnover from the North Stars, and now the Warriors with a chance to finally take their first lead of the matchup.
The Warriors attacking with numbers here, Kyle, as they have 4 and CNS only has 3.
Plenty of space for the Warriors, and they get a huge shot away. The Warriors grabbing their first lead of the ball game. It's 11-10 with 7.5 to go.
And what a time to get it, Kyle. They've trailed the whole game. They've found a couple of equalizers, and now they found their way up ahead of the Cicero North Stars.
Feet stomping, horns honking here for this another timeout. The Warriors going to have to talk things over, and so will the North Stars. Coach Prentice with quite the job in front of her. That's number 1, Maggie Tiff putting the goal away. The Canisius commit, a ground ball winner, but tonight a goal scorer for the Warriors.
6 goals on the night for her tonight, just absolutely filling the goal sheet, finding ways to score left and right, and just driving this Liverpool team forward, Kyle.
And Rob, how do the North Stars find themselves back with a lead? Score.
Honestly, at this point, they just had a 2-minute offensive possession that ended up on a goal against them. They need to find a way to just get the ball in the back of the net.
It comes down to the ball movement, Rob. And on a huge turnover right there, if we look at the turnover numbers, 5 turnovers for the Warriors. CNS have given up 10. So, quite the statistic to look at. It seems the North Stars simply just less efficient. So what do they have to do in order to execute more and trying to get that ball upfield and to the top of the cage?
Kyle, right now, I feel like they need to work more in the X. They started to work more on top of the 12, and we're used to seeing Fran Tortora and whoever decides to join her down behind the crease really work, and that's how they score a lot of their goals. They find that cutter inside. We saw it with Jenna Pickard and Fran Tortora earlier to tie this game 10-10. I feel like that's exactly what CNS needs to go back to. Just start working behind the crease and making those Liverpool defenders have to dash around, because in girls lacrosse, you're not allowed to enter the crease.
And when it comes down to, maintaining the momentum for the Warriors, how big is this draw for them? The Warriors winning much more draws tonight, as we see that they've won 14 out of 22. The North Stars only 8. So, obviously the numbers in their favor. How do they maintain this momentum? Does it start with the draw, or does it start with just, getting that ball upfield? What is it that the Warriors have done in order to maintain this momentum?
Kyle, it always starts with draws. You know that. Winning the draw in lacrosse is massive because that's what gets you that initial possession. You don't want to have to worry about playing great defense to cause a turnover and get the ball back. You want to just win the draw and be able to attack as fast as possible.
Meanwhile, we see Nicole O'Neill stepping back out into goal for the North Stars. She was solid early on. Nicole Mira struggling as she stepped in, and now Nicole O'Neill back into goal as expected. So a huge change for the North Stars here. They're putting that brick wall back into goal. Here we see it, Irwin and Tortora for quite possibly one of the biggest draws they'll have in their high school lacrosse careers. Can the North Stars claw their way back? The Warriors grabbing their first lead of the entire ball game with only 7 minutes to go left in it. Whistle blows, ball pops out, and the Warriors pick it up, and who else but Maggie Tiff to get it. She'll race up field with pace. Pass to the inside. The North Stars deflected away. A huge turnover from the Warriors. Now the North Stars with some momentum as they race up the left side of the field. Still defended closely as they get pinned. Double teamed, and I'll pass back out to Nicole O'Neill. She's been sharp all night with her clears. She'll pass out to Sam Klein, who still gets it upfield to number 15, Allie Cole. Allie Cole, the junior. A great job in the midfield trying to get it up, but she passes it over, and a massive turnover. The Warriors with another opportunity to race back upfield and this time separate with their first lead of the night.
And if Liverpool puts this one away here, Kyle, it's going to be very hard for CNS to claw their ways back into it. There's 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Anything that happens now is crucial.
As this clock ticks away, do you think you see the pace of both teams speeding up for the Warriors at least, or do you see this game kind of slowing down as they get more methodical in trying to maintain this lead for the Warriors?
Well, Kyle, I think it'll go back and forward. I think we'll see the pace increase for whatever team is losing.
And here we get Jenna Irwin with a shot from behind, racing up to the top of the cage, and she sells the call. She'll get it, and an 8-yard penalty opportunity. Sam Klein racing up the field. Or, excuse me, that's not Sam Klein. I can't catch the number on who exactly that is.
Looks like Molly McGrath, Kyle.
Molly McGrath, kind of that number 1 defender for the North Stars. So a huge deficit now, and the Warriors with this 8-yard penalty, quite literally with the best opportunity they've had all season to finally advance and make something happen here against the North Stars. So you mentioned, Rob, the North Stars not necessarily having momentum against the Warriors coming into this matchup. 2-3 against them in their last 5 games. And in the previous game, a 19-13 win at Liverpool Stadium to win. So the Warriors with plenty of momentum in their favor. Jenna Irwin, fantastic in the draw circle tonight. Can she make something happen in the crease?
Kyle, if she scores this, it'll be her hat trick, and the only person standing in her way is Nicole O'Neill.
Nicole O'Neill has been kind of a brick wall tonight. Can she continue it, or will Jenna Irwin find a hole in that wall and punch it through for a 12-10 lead in favor of the Warriors? 6 minutes, 9 seconds to go here in this sectional matchup. The North Stars on their heels. They see the light at the end of the tunnel, and so does Jenna Irwin as it deflects, but Nicole O'Neill says no way.
Nicole O'Neill,
a huge save.
Nicole O'Neill catches it in between her legs, Kyle. What a way to make a save.
Unbelievable, a deflection, and that's as chaotic as it gets in the crease. And now we see the North Stars racing upfield. 5 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Jenna Pickard trying to tie things back up. Out to the top, here's Brooke Molchanoff, and now you have to imagine the North Stars will slow things down. Oh, we get an offsides call. Unbelievable, more and more mistakes. And now with 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go, the Warriors with another consecutive turnover from the North Stars gifted to them. What do the North Stars have to do to prevent these turnovers? Unbelievable, Rob.
Kyle, the last two we've seen are just mental errors. The North Stars just need to calm down and play smart.
Now the Warriors racing upfield. They get a deflection in the midfield. No call on the play, and Fran Tortora gets a huge play in the midfield.
Who else but Fran Tortora to step up and make the play that's necessary?
And another call in the midfield. Pickard with some contact. And now Fran Tortora picking things back up. A massive turnover back and forth. Rob, kind of just turnovers galore both ways. So we see Brooke Molchanoff racing off the field. Traded with Allie Cole. Molly Mulch passing off, to Tori Ionati. She's been fantastic all night. Trying to fake that left side. She'll roll around to the top of the 12. She'll pass off. It's number 17, Mackenzie Prentice.
And Kyle, you can see Maya Mills is looking to lock off Fran Tortora. She is not letting her get anywhere near the ball. They want this to be a 5-on-5.
And they know Tortora, with that height, could certainly try and dunk that ball in. Interesting to put a smaller athlete in Maya Mills, who's only 4'11", right on top of her. But I know Maya well. She's a very aggressive defender. As we see a shot in goal from Molly Molchanoff, a massive shot, and the North Stars grab back that lead. It's all tied up. 4.5 to go here in the second half.
And Kyle, the senior leadership from Molly Molchanoff showing off right there. She's a senior on this team. She's been here in these big moments, and she steps up when they need her.
No hesitation. She aims and fires right down the barrel. And now with 4:29 to go, we're all tied up here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. I don't know about you folks, but I'm at the edge of my seat right now. Rob, you as well.
Kyle, I'm just excited to see what happens next. And we've said it for multiple draws this game, but this is the most crucial draw of the game.
I think the importance on these draws will just heighten throughout the matchup.
You're completely right, Kyle. In 4 minutes, 29 seconds left in this game, it's insane what can happen in these last.
I'm nearly going to stand up out of my seat because more and more chaos will ensue here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. Rob, what are the odds we're going to catch in overtime as we get this opening draw? The Warriors fighting for it, and a huge win for the North Stars. Penalty on the play. The North Stars will get a reset. Back to my question. What are the odds we catch in overtime, here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium?
Kyle, as a fan of the game, I would love to see an overtime. What an amazing story that would make. The game coming down, 11-11, possibly 12-12 if they score again. The crosstown rivals, Liverpool, CNS, overtime. One goal decides it all. It'd be amazing.
Be great to say the least. The North Stars now with a chance to finally grab back that lead that the Warriors have held for nearly 5 minutes now. And with 4 minutes to go, what a story the North Stars would be writing with Coach Prentice and company to try and win this game in the final seconds and maintain their season. Tortora defended closely by Maya Mills. Maya Mills, no lack of aggression on defense. But Fran Tortora would be the girl to match up with her. Racing around near the top of the crease, getting triple teamed right there. You want to see some girls fill in that space when she gets that double team. Nonetheless, no cutting women right there. But who else but Molly Molchanoff at the top of the 12 to try and make things happen. Dancing around, left side, getting a shot. No, deflected away. We get a high swing call. And the North Stars with a huge penalty opportunity. Tori Ionati to pick things up. Or Molly Molchanoff, at the top of the 8.
And what a moment in Molly's career would this be? If she's able to put this one away, that just solidifies her high school career as she travels her way over to Mount St. Mary's to play lacrosse next year.
Maryland would be receiving quite the athlete in Molly Molchnoff if she could put that goal away. They'll pass off to Tori Ionati. Ionati rolling around, top of the 8. Cutting to the inside, trying to pass back out to Pickard, and now it's a fight for possession. The Warriors picking it up, and a huge turnover from the North Stars once again. We get some contact on the call, and that's number 15 from the Warriors, Mia Berthoff, selling the play. Displaying great physicality all night from the young freshman. The midfielder, will get away with a huge defensive stand. And now the Warriors with an opportunity with 3 minutes left to grab back this lead.
And Kyle, exactly 3 minutes left.
Loose ball, sideline. Warriors will just get away with it. Berthoff maintaining possession. Pass back upfield. Loose ball, 20-yard line. Warriors pick it back up. Maggie Tiff with the momentum. Right to the crease. Ball pops back out. Who wants it? Still a fight for the ball. And possession for the North Stars. A call on the play. And now the North Stars with their opportunity with 2.5 to go to slow things down and put away that goal that would certainly solidify this season, punching their ticket to the second round of the playoffs.
Kyle, I have to mention how happy I am fans are in the stadium for this. It just brings an overall energy to the field, into the game, and I'm just so excited to be here.
Oh, loose ball. Rolling by, Tori Ionati. Now some contact as Addison Graham for the Warriors picks it up. And it appears, according to the rumbling to my left side, that the Warriors will maintain possession. A huge win, and now with 2:15 to go, the Warriors with a massive opportunity to separate in the last seconds. Rob, the North Stars on their heels. They see the light at the end of the tunnel. Can they shut their eyes and claw their way back? Addison Graham has been fantastic on defense all night. Now Ionati and company on defense will certainly have to slow things down as the Warriors trying to put away that goal. Rob, do you see the Warriors slowing things down and trying to put away that goal last second?
Well, Kyle, they're a man up for these last 2 minutes and 15 seconds, really. There's only 15 seconds that CNS will have that extra player, so it is massive to keep the ball here.
As you heard it from our PA, Owen O'Keefe, 2 minutes. Tori Ionati on the play. Going to have to stay out. Now Molchnoff and Peyton Baker on the field, defending closely on Addison Graham. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go, and perhaps 2 minutes, 15 seconds for the rest of their high school careers. As they are trying to close out this matchup, the Warriors trying to move on and show the Wildcats what they've got here in the second round of the Section 3 Class A Sectional Championships.
You hear it from the fans, Kyle. Plenty of time. And that's exactly where it is. We saw to open this half, 2 goals scored in the first 45 seconds.
Addison Graham defended closely as she races upfield. Tora couldn't get to her. And now the Warriors officially upfield and with time. They have 2 minutes to go before Tori Ionati will check back in. So only 15 seconds left on the clock when we get Ionati back. So for the meanwhile, the Warriors will be a woman up. And how massive would that be if the Warriors put away this goal emphatically? All the conditions in their favor. Jenna Irwin out to the top. There's Maggie Tift. Back out to Jenna Irwin. She's been fantastic in the draw circle all night. Can she make a change in the crease? And as we expected, Rob, she's certainly taken her time here. 1:30 left on the clock. Only a minute 15 till Tori Ionati checks back in. She'll pass back out to Maggie Tiff. She has 4 goals tonight. 5 goals, excuse me.
6 goals.
6 goals.
Correct you, Kyle.
Number just climbs and climbs. Speaking of climbing, can the Warriors climb their way all the way back with a goal that will give them their second lead of the night? Defended closely. A minute 5 on the clock. 60 seconds for the rest of their high school careers. Can the North Stars defend tightly, or will the Warriors punch their tickets to the second round of the Section 3 Class A championships?
Kyle, less than a minute to go. If anything's going to happen, it's going to happen now.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
It is crunch time, Kyle.
Maggie Tift. The lights turn on here. The clouds cover the sky. The Warriors, top of the 8, defended back out. Top of the crease, pass to the inside, shot, and it's wide. A fight for it in the backfield. The Warriors try to keep it in bounds, and it's North Stars possession. A massive change of events, and now the North Stars with 27.9 seconds to race up field and get a goal that'll punch their tickets to the second round.
27.9 seconds to decide it all. Can they make something happen before overtime, Kyle?
Out the backfield, rolling around X. The North Stars defend it closely. Loose ball, a call on the play. They'll get a stop on the clock, and now 23 seconds for the North Stars to get this ball upfield.
23.4 seconds. This is where it all happens, Kyle.
Rob, I'm smelling overtime. Perhaps the North Stars will say otherwise. Simply trembling here in my seat. I'm going to have to get up off it because the North Stars are racing upfield with pace. 15 seconds on the clock. Molly upfield. There's Baker. Pass to the inside. Oh, and it sails wide. It looks like we're punching our way to overtime. 8 seconds to go, and the Warriors, on a massive turnover, will get a possession and try and race upfield and put this goal away.
Kyle, this is a crucial ride. You just need to slow Liverpool down as much as possible. 1-0. She needs
the
to
shot, and the clock buzzes. 0 seconds on the clock. 11-11. And, man, the North Stars screwed that last possession up, and it looks like we're going to overtime to punch our tickets to the second round. This is as good as it gets here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. Don't leave just yet. We'll be back for possibly the biggest overtime we've had in multiple years here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. The North Stars trying to punch their ticket to face the West Tennessee Wildcats in the second round of the Section 3 Class A Sectional Championships of the ladies North Stars Lacrosse. I'm sorry, I'm just trembling here in my seat. So don't leave just yet. We'll be back for some more action. Welcome back here on the North Star Network. Things are just heating up for overtime. An 11-11 ball game. The North Stars trying to punch their ticket to face the West Genesee Wildcats in the second round of the Section 3 Class A Sectional Championships matchup. Not if the Warriors don't have anything to say about it. The Warriors a pleasant surprise. The bottom seed in this matchup. So they're the 6th seed in this tournament. But, man, the North Stars have had their hands full. Maggie Tift and company, just fantastic early on for the Warriors. And the last-second opportunity for the North Stars wasted away as Peyton Baker throws that ball wide over Toria Anati's head. Now the North Stars looking to mull things over again. We had 2 3-minute periods of overtime. The North Stars are going to have quite the opportunity to put away this golden goal.
Kyle, what a game to have 500 fans back in the stands. The vibe is just electric. Everyone's getting loud. Everyone is hyped. This is the game you want people at.
If you're looking for some good lacrosse, you're at the hub of it right now here in Cicero, New York. Fran Tortora, Jenna Irwin for the biggest face-off of their lives. 3 minutes to go here in the first period of overtime. Remember, folks, it's golden goal. Whoever puts that goal away wins it for their squad. And, Rob, you and I have seen Fran Tortora in overtime before. She put that goal away against Beeville only a few weeks ago. Now another opportunity for her to put the team on their back. Well, the North Stars punched their ticket to the second round where the Warriors have something to say about it. Ball pops up. It appears to be in the favor of the Warriors as they race upfield. Defended closely, Maggie Tift at the top of the 8.
Kyle, if I'm the Warriors, there's only one girl I want the ball in her stick, and that is Maggie Tift. She has been incredible tonight.
We would love to see a draw win, but nonetheless, the Warriors getting a huge draw win, and now Jenna Irwin and company trying to race things out. Maggie Tift, top of the cage, defended closely. Back out to Jenna Irwin. Inside, spinning. No shot attempt just yet. Ball knocked loose at the top of the 8. Sam Klein defending closely. Now Jenna Irwin. Inside, pushed back out, some contact, no call on the play. Allie Cole defending closely. Pass back out to the inside, shot and wide. Nicole O'Neill has to be trembling right now as she gets 2 shot attempts there on that possession. And the Warriors get away with it. The ball sails wide, and now the Warriors with a chance to reset. Kendra Hall, she's been a little quiet tonight, but I don't want to say that with that broadcaster's curse I've had all night. Kendra Hall defended closely, looking for that cutting woman. Warriors back out to the top. Maggie Tift, top of the 12. To the inside, ball knocked loose. Kendra Hall will win it. Back out to the top, Jenna Irwin. Caroline Stevens, top of the 8. Number 1, Maggie Tift dumping it off. Pass to the inside, a shot attempt deflected away. The Warriors will maintain possession. That's 2 shots in this possession now, and only with 1.5 minutes left in the first period of overtime, the Warriors continue to just pressure the North Stars.
Kyle, if you're the North Stars, you have to start to worry. You need the ball back.
They need to get a win. Jenna Irwin, shot inside, a call on the play.
No goal.
They got the goal.
No goal.
No goal.
No goal.
A penalty before it. Some contact drawing away the chaos. This is as dramatic as it gets. You can't write a script better than this. And now the Warriors with an opportunity to reset on what looked like what punched their ticket to the second round of the section championships.
This is massive, Kyle. 1:23 on the clock. Jenna Irwin at the top of the 8.
Jenna Irwin, top of the 8, rolling in. Shot off the post! Unbelievable! The ball rolling out. Who will win it? The Warriors fighting for it. And it's number 17, Mackenzie Prentice winning the ball for the North Stars. Now racing upfield, they just have to maintain possession. Addison Graham getting hit from behind is Mackenzie Prentice from Jenna Irwin. And now the North Stars get to take a breath. And with 67 seconds left, the North Stars can reverse, kind of toss the Uno card on the table. They need this momentum now, Rob. I'm really at a loss for words.
Kyle, I don't know about the reverse, but if I'm the North Stars, I'm looking for the draw 4. I'm trying to take this one home.
What a good analogy from my partner, Robert Bateman, on the call for what a fantastic matchup we've had. Addison Graham defending closely. Mackenzie Prentice hit again in a high stick. We hear some fans chirping as the lights turn on here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. An overcast cover, but still things are burning up here on the turf. At the 25, Mackenzie Prentice rolling to the inside. She'll pass back out to Brooke Molchanoff. Brooke Molchanoff rolling around the crease. She has some space, sliding around, ball knocked loose. A call on the play, and it'll be Warriors possession. A huge win for the Warriors. Abby Cole to start things off. What a wild 46 seconds we'll have left, Rob.
It looks like it'll be CNS ball, Kyle.
It is CNS
it's
ball.
CNS ball.
Man, the refs are just as confused as we are up here in the booth. And now with 46.3 seconds left, the North Stars have 46 seconds to change fate and punch their ticket to the second round of section finals. Passing back out to the top. There's Molchanoff rolling around the right side. She has some space. Push back out. Rolling in again. She has some space. Shot!
It's over! It's over!
Unbelievable!
It's over!
Molly Molchanoff calls game. 33 seconds left in the clock and 33 seconds for history as Molchanoff punches their ticket to the second round of the section championships. The Warriors sent home on an emphatic manner as the North Stars punch their ticket. Toss the Uno reverse card on the table, Rob. Unbelievable.
Kyle, what a game. Credit to both teams. That was entertainment at its finest. You cannot write a better script.
Man, we've been to many movie theaters in the area. We've seen many different forms of entertainment, Rob, but that's certainly the purest form of entertainment I've ever seen. Whether we're talking about poems, you know, whatever we could be talking about, this just draws a tear to my eye as we see such a poetic act of athleticism written on the field tonight from the North Stars. 33 seconds left in the clock, and Molly Molchanoff says, let's go to West Genesee next week. How about that?
The North Stars are dancing, Kyle. The North Stars are dancing.
Unbelievable. We'll be back in just a second for a post-game breakdown. An unbelievable moment as the North Stars looking for more success. The boys game following this, but don't leave just yet. We'll break down this girls matchup. Welcome back here on the North Star Network. In case you missed it, Molly Molchanoff punches the North Stars ticket in overtime to the West Genesee Wildcats for a second round, trying to find their way to the section championships against possibly Baldensville, if not Christian Brothers Academy and Rome Free Academy, both teams who could find their way in the finals as well versus Baldensville in the other half of that tournament. So quite the tournament that we have in front of us, and what a way to start it for the North Stars, Rob. What did you notice in the field statistically tonight in order for the North Stars to find their way back late in this matchup?
Well, Kyle, the North Stars were dominated on the draws. They won 9 out of 25. That means Liverpool had 16 wins over draws. They were losing in the turnovers. They had 15 turnovers in this game. Liverpool only had 8. As far as saves go, Liverpool had 2 saves on the night. Nicole O'Neill had an amazing performance, 13 saves, coming up big for the North Stars. As far as the cards go, 3-4, pretty even. Penalties, 18 on Liverpool, 17 on CNS, pretty even. But CNS, even though they trailed in almost every stat imaginable, they found a way to pull it off, Kyle.
They find a way. Turnover is the name of the game, but statistics, you know, they kind of prove to us that all across the board, people find their way to perform, and the North Stars, statistically speaking, not necessarily at an advantage, but they find a way. And if Coach Prentice were the director of this show that we just saw on the field tonight, she has written quite the script. And what a display, a poetic display that is, of athleticism here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium tonight. Don't leave just yet. Following this broadcast, we'll have a boys matchup in the first round of the boys section playoffs versus Rome Free Academy. But for now, we celebrate the Lady North Stars and their matchup against West Genesee Wildcats next week as Molly Molchanoff punches their ticket to the second round of the Section 3 Class A Finals.